Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay, Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, my hockey take, all in one take for Thursday night, May the 22nd. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Don't worry, I'm not sick. I was eating some peanuts or some party mix before I came on here. Probably not the best thing to do right before, or at least not make sure I clear my throat before I start my show. So let's try that again. Here's what you should do. If you're new, here's what you should do. So hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Hey, everyone. Glad that you're here. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thank you for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, lower mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three, but the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. You can like the video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that if you're a Florida fan, I think Carolina has absolutely no chance against them. Like the fact that I golf for the first time in 2 years since rupturing my Achilles. I'll talk about that. Like the fact that I got a haircut that many of you guys have noticed already. And overall, just like the fact that we are together building an awesome community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation like I know someone did to start us off. I'll get to that in a second. Like Swervin Irvin did. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message that Swervin Irvin has done as well. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So let's get into those right away. First, Swervin Irvin starts with the $2 donation. $3 donation gets the donation train out of the station. So let's honor that first. So thank you, Swervin Irvin. Let's give some love for not only that, but then he goes and follows it up with this monthly membership message. Swervin Irvin, member for 13 months, now a Hall of Fame member. So proud to have Swervin Irvin as part of the Hall of Fame crew. Lucky number 13. Fun fact, May last year was when Clay coined the term Swervin with Irvin. The rest, as they say, is CCC history. So firstly, let's give some love to Swervin Irvin. Wow, Swervin Irvin is responsible for 3/5 of the high five. I'm going to get to this in a second, but he is not done. Swervin Irvin then gifts a CCC membership. Gosh, I feel like I should do something really nice for him. And that franchise membership goes to Ann Lee. Welcome, Ann Lee. And thank you, Swervin Irvin, for generously. Maybe generously is a sibling of Ann Lee, but that was so bad. But Swervin Irvin, thank you for gifting that membership, $5 donation. So Swervin Irvin is responsible for 3/5 of the high five. He's gifted a membership, he's gave a donation, and he's used his monthly membership message. Now we just need someone to buy their own membership, and we need someone to upgrade their own membership. But I want to get back to something. So firstly, let's give Irvin a lot of love in the chat. He deserves it for the donation, for the monthly membership message, and the membership gift. But I'm not going to say that I'm a trendsetter. You guys have seen the way I dress. No one would ever accuse me of being a trendsetter. But I'm not also afraid to toot my own horn. That doesn't sound right. When not when it's warranted or merited, but when things are true. So I think Irvin would change his name a little bit, but I remember as soon as I saw Irvin, I called him Swervin Irvin after Swervin Mervin Fernandez, one of the best wide receivers in BC Lions history. And it's cool. It's cool. He doesn't have to keep his name as Swervin Irvin, but he does. And other shows that he's on also refer to him as Swervin' Irvin, and that makes me very, very, very proud. I also, and Coach Rob can correct me on this. I thought when I met Rob on here, this is going to sound so show-offy. This is not supposed to sound show-offy, but I just, you guys know I like to speak my mind. I'm pretty sure when I met Coach Rob on here 3 years ago, I believe his screen name was Rob Willie. And then when I found out that he was a coach of track and a special needs floor hockey, and Rob, correct me if I'm wrong, I remember calling you Coach Rob on the stream, and then I think you changed your name to Coach Rob as your screen name. Now, if I'm wrong, this is going to make me sound really, really bad and very, very self-centered, but that's the way I remember it. Oh, there we go. Yes, that's correct, Clay. And then Line Change says, toot your own horn as much as you want. Well, thank you, Line Change. That's what I love about you. Very affirming. So Swervin' Irvin is now Swervin' Irvin because, not because of me, but I helped contribute. And Coach Rob, I love how, thank you. And it's not even admitting it. That's not the right thing, but it's affirming what I thought in that Coach Rob has a screen name. So I actually, I get a kick out of when I see Irvin. And I think Skytrain Alfrin, even I think he would call himself Metro Alfrin or whatever, or Cliffhanging Alfrin. And then I think he changes it once in a while. But I know Skytrain Alfrin uses Skytrain Alfrin. There we go. Alfrin also became, that's exactly right. Alfrin also became the Skytrain one in this chat too. So we as a group are trendsetters, not just me. Again, you guys have seen how I dress, except for this sweet shirt. But I love it when I see you guys on other people's shows and your name says Swervin' Irvin or Coach Rob or Skytrain Alfrin, and then the hosts of those shows refer to you as that. It's pretty cool, and I think it's great that you guys go to other shows that no one wants or should expect a monopoly on your time and your energy. But I think it's also important. It's cool, not important. It's cool when I see people that I know started watching Canucks YouTube. Not because of me, but through me or me along with others. And when I see that you guys go to other shows now and become regulars in other shows, that's fine. That's cool. That's not a envy thing. I think that's awesome. Just as I love it when people come here from other channels as well. So that's what I mean. And I'm actually thinking about sometime in June, I'm thinking about doing a Canucks Creator Week on here where I would bring on Tyler, the Line Change. I'd bring on Canucks Uncensored. I'd bring on Rev Trev. I'd bring on Doodle Hockey. Parker, I don't have to bring him on because we do a show all the time. And, that Locked On Canucks. And nothing is perfect. So either I just named like 5 or 6 different creators. So either do that. I go every night for 1 week, or I split a show up between 2 different creators. So that's kind of some of the things I'm thinking about is maybe, maybe doing almost a Canucks Creator Week on here, and then and then I can help promote some people. Wow, Clay's responsible for the TLC in my bio. Yeah, well, you have a lot of tender love and care, Tyler, and the Line Change makes sense. All right, I'm gonna read. At the risk of looking a little bit self-serving, but these kind of messages make me feel good. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna highlight a few of them real quick. Skytrain Alfrin says, "Looking sharp, Clay, the good-looking of all." Good looking. Well, so are you. Alfrin takes one to no one for sure. Holy haircut, Batman. Who's that good looking guy? Well, again, it takes one to no one. Tyler, thank you. Just want to read some of these real quick. There's a couple others. Yeah, Irvin's awesome. He did 3 of the front 5. 3 of the front 5. 3 of the high 5 for sure. Din Tai Fung. Hey, Jessica. You know what I always say about dim sum? You lose some. Although Din Tai Fung's not always dim sum, but I just want to throw that joke in for sure. A couple other things real quick. Yes, not a new haircut. It's the same haircut that I've had for the last 20 years, but I did cut my hair just an hour ago because I am emceeing a big event tomorrow. It's our new Archbishop. Archbishop Michael Miller is retiring after 17 years here, and we have a brand new bishop, Richard Smith. And his first day is tomorrow. So I'm emceeing the welcome reception at downtown, which is pretty cool. 5 years of Clay's live streams. If you're an OG, you remember his old setup in the living room. That's right. I would do it. I did a couple in there, but I did more in my TV room. Very good, fangirl. Just Yeah, I like bragging. I like bragging. Actually, I do like bragging, but I like it when Fangirl you brag that you've been around for 5 years. That's awesome. I got the nickname back in 2003 when I started helping out the obviously, yeah, that's awesome. The fact you give so much time and energy, Rob, that is so good. Sweet profile pic for sure, for sure. Yes, Clay calls me Skytrain Allvin because of my Skytrain voice impression when in open house. Yeah, it's awesome. It's the best. Yes, Diener HD. I do like Diener HD. I haven't had him on my show. And Knucklehead, I did have on my 24-hour live stream. Right? I think it was my 24-hour live stream. Creator Week would be awesome. I'm down for that. I know. Extended stream or a round table. Oh, yeah. You know, I like round tables. We do them in the group Zoom chats. By the way, the next one's on Sunday. But sometimes I think people might talk over each other or might not get a chance to share. I do like one-on-one a little bit more, or maybe at least put a couple in at the same time for sure. Nice haircut. Thank you, Selena. Nice haircut. Thank you, Carol. And I sent you a text, Carol. Thank you for the e-transfer. Welcome back. Miss your streams. Zao, I miss doing the streams for sure. Yeah, I know. Irvin, you might not have seen it. I actually wrote a comment to your comment because I realized as I was saying the joke that I had said it before and there was no point of no return, but I did type in the chat right as the stream was ending that to acknowledge your comment that was done before and that I realized it as I was saying it. Yeah, Shannon, short hair unite. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Simon. A lot of comments about my haircut today. You guys, it's the same haircut. It's the same haircut I've had for 20 years. Ever since you guys have known me, I've had this haircut. It just sometimes is a little longer for sure. We get 2 dad jokes tonight. Fine. Clay calls me Calvin because that's my name. Yes, I will talk about this the World Championships in a second. OMG, Clay, I found your Instagram. Your reels are so funny. Jessica, did you follow me? Because I'll follow you back unless I'm not allowed to. But did you follow me, Jessica? Or are you just spying on me? Oh, there you are. Okay, follow back. Sweet. Okay, Jessica, make sure that you accept my follow request. Welcome, Gerald. Oh no, your wedding anniversary is more important than our group Zoom, just by a bit. But bring her on. It's this Sunday. This Sunday is the next monthly group Zoom chat for Hall of Fame members and for legends. My anniversary is why you mentioned swerving with Irvin. Oh, swerve. Yeah, that's a little bit. That wasn't appropriate. I just shaved the side, only the sides though. Sweet. Gerald, send me a picture. You will see my Din Tai Fung story. I can't wait. 2 weeks, I'll have a haircut. Guess I'll be full cut. No hair after said. Oh. And by the way, Mark, welcome. I mentioned yesterday that you are still leading the confidence pool, which is awesome. In fact, your lead opened up a little bit. So congratulations. Looking forward to sending you an e-transfer in about a month's time if you end up holding on. How are you balding? I thought you're 16 years old. That's not, unless you're getting stressed out already because of school. All right, guys. I want to share with you that today, I golfed a full round at Langara. For the first time, I golfed in 2 years. I ruptured my Achilles, maybe just under 2 years. I ruptured my Achilles on August 12th, 2023, and I have not done a full round of golf until today. Was pretty bad, like always, so nothing's changed, but had a great time with my buddies, Mike, Jason, and Steven. If you follow my Instagram, you'll see those stories. But yeah, it was not emotional moment. That's probably not the right word. But I definitely felt good. I felt good because my leg isn't in pain. I didn't feel like it was going to snap or anything. So it was a beautiful night, as you guys know. My game wasn't beautiful, but it was wonderful being with those 3 guys. And it was wonderful getting some confidence back in my golf game. So bowling, golfing, anything that's not either anything that is stationary or one direction, it's fine. I don't know what it's going to be like when I play tennis or pickleball or basketball or volleyball for the first time, where there's a lot of cutting, sometimes jumping, sometimes changing directions. So we will see how that goes. But yes, I did indeed golf for the first time in 2 years today, and was very, very happy. Was very, very happy to do so. Hey guys, I love came out of El Tejar for golfing. No, I drink other pop brands for sure, but I do like cola when it comes to Pepsi, Coke, that kind of thing. I've not tried Cove though, for sure. Going Pitbull, that's awesome. Jason Robertson, Conn Smythe. Yeah, that would just be, you might not even need it though. You might not even need it though. Have I done martial arts? Oh! No, sorry. I don't know what that was. No, I've not. And Daniel, Pastor Dan, are you suggesting that I try it, or are you going to bring me, or do you want to get me on the mat so you can beat the crap out of me? Just kidding. I'm sure you won't, for sure. Hey, Justin, nice to see you as well. All right. Ever tried jujitsu? Hey, nope, no jujitsu either. I haven't tried any. By the way, I don't need to be screaming into the microphone. Sorry. Hey, Doodle. Nice to see you, Jake. Oh, yeah, I'll bring Jake on for Creator Week as well. It might be Creator 2 weeks. Want to try jujitsu? That's what you do, right? I think I've seen stories of you doing martial arts. Can I get back to you? I don't know how well my Ju or my Jitsu would do. So, in fact, my Jitsu might do something to my Ju. That didn't sound right. But we'll see. We'll see. Martial arts, it takes a lot of discipline, and I presume you have to be in good shape. Two things that I do not have. Hey, Murray from New Zealand. Nice to see you. Doodle hockey. Binging Mission Impossible on vacation. Nice. Where are you vacationing right now? What is a Pinoy Kwando? I know Pinoy means Filipino. What does Kwando mean? There's a Kwandu. There's Taekwondo. It's not Taekwondo. I'm thinking about bringing on Canuck content creators over a span of 2 weeks, either one-on-ones or two-on-ones or whatever it may be. Just thinking about it. Martial arts Filipino moms use. I want to bowl with you. Mostly eating kids with their slippers. That's awesome. That should be a slipper do then. I want to bowl with you, Clay. That's yeah, we can do that for sure. Oh, you go golf. Okay, Jessica, we could have an amazing night. We could do dinner, mukbang or mukbang. I'll be muck, you be bang, and then we can go golfing. That'll be funny. That'll be fun. Jackie Chan. Half Moon Bay. Nice. I will plan a bowling party for the summer for sure. It's spelled like that, though, Clay. It's Taekwondo. Oh, I know that. I know it's not Taekwondo. Oh, I didn't mean to scare Charlie. And Murray, I'll get into the guy we just signed in a second. Okay, I better concentrate. Sometimes I feel bad that I don't get the comments until the second half of the show, but then this is what happens. It's 20 minutes in. I haven't talked about a single thing of substance yet. So I don't know if you guys like it. Like, I'm not going to make a poll about it now. I'm just more curious if you guys. Actually, I am curious. So this is not binding, and obviously, I'm not looking for content. I can sit here and blab forever, and some of you guys would actually listen to me. But I don't want to waste all your night. But do you prefer me answering comments throughout the show, or doing it in the second half? Throughout. All right, and I don't have time to explain this. Throughout the show, second half. But basically, the pros and cons of if I could easily get to the comments earlier, but then it kind of slows things down and it might feel a little bit scattered. But I guess the good part of it is then people will feel acknowledged that I get to the comments sooner, or I kind of do how I'm used to doing in that I kind of take the first 20, 25 minutes and then I go to you guys in the second half. So there are pros and cons of each. And I'm not saying it has to be so formulaic, especially when there's not sometimes a lot of things to talk about. And depending on what kind of mood I'm in, depending on what kind of things are happening on the chat, sometimes I will pop in there. But I do know, because I love engaging with you guys so much, and because you guys leave so many thoughtful comments, not just like silly comments that are trivial and don't make any sense. I I could easily do shows where I don't talk about anything. I just start doing comments, and that's it. That's it. I don't even have to lay any foundation. I just answer your questions or show your comments. And then kind of like how I do with the member live streams, I just get in the comments right away, or I can do open houses more too as well and bring people on. But right now, 3/4 of you are saying answer comments throughout the show. You know, yeah, I don't know why I'm so torn over this. This isn't like a life or death decision. I'm just, there's part of me, and I want to honor the 3/4 of you that want me to, to do comments throughout the show. There's part of me, and maybe you can talk me out of this, but there's part of me that says I like the structure, especially when the Canucks season is happening, of me doing a quick game recap, showing the goal, the edge goal visualizer, and then kind of getting my piece, my 2 cents out first, and then saving the whole second half of the show for you guys, especially when the streams are 300-400 people during the season. But maybe on the off season, I can just jump into the comments, or I just designate a couple streams a week where it's just reading comments, or I'm just more focused and I don't wait till the 20-minute mark, 25-minute mark. I get in the comments 5 or 10 minutes. And you see what I mean? And no, and I'm not torn up about it from a standpoint of, oh, I'm so stressed. And I appreciate everyone saying, just do what you do, you, like Erwin and Tyler saying that. But I do want to make these shows the best viewing experience for all of you. Because not all content creators, not all live streamers are that entertaining. And I want to make sure that if you find the first 20 minutes boring, for instance, of me just talking, and you'd be more engaged by me going in the comments sooner, then that would be something that I would explore. If you're fine with me taking the first half of the show and then getting to you, that's something I'll keep doing. The other thing is, it's interesting. I know a lot of people really get excited when they see a creator acknowledge that person's comment. And they kind of wait around the stream. And I've done it too. Like when I go to like someone else's stream and I put something in the comment section that I think is relevant, I'll kind of wait around and kind of hope, silently hope inside that they'll actually display it or at least acknowledge the comment. So I know what it feels like when the host doesn't acknowledge a comment. But then there's other people that don't care. They just like making conversation in the chat, and they recognize that. Especially, like I said, on the bigger streams, like there's 150 people in here right now, 54 on YouTube, another 100 on Twitter. I think some people recognize that I simply can't get to every comment. And that's why during the season, I go questions only and only for the second half of the show. So I don't overthink things, but I want you guys to know that I am constantly thinking about ways to make your experience for these shows better, including when do I go into the comments, and recognizing that some of you like to see your comments read and acknowledge, and others don't care. They just like the camaraderie and the community in the chat, which is great. And then this whole thing of right now, and I know a lot of shows do this as well, is I do show every comment that it comes with a super chat, but I don't want people to think that they only will get their comment read if they pay money, because that's not what I'm about either. So see, these are just kind of some of the things that they don't keep me up at night. Don't worry, I sleep very well. But these are some of the things that I always think about in evolving this show. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to acknowledge Lucas's donation. Then I'm going to quickly talk about what I actually called the show. And then I'll get to as many comments and questions as I can. But probably nothing of what you just put in there in the last 10 minutes. So unfortunately, because that's the way my show goes right now. Sorry, I try to do that away from the camera, but I can tell my voice is a little bit tired. But don't worry, I'm feeling just fine. All right, so I think I missed a couple things. I missed Skytrain Alfred's monthly membership message from like nearly the start of the show. So sorry, Alfred. So let's recognize this right away. Skytrain Alfred, a member for almost 3 years. Looking sharp, Clay. The good looking out of the good looking. No, you are the good looking out of the good looking. Let's give some love to Skytrain Alfred. And then legendary Lucas Gates comes in with a $5 donation. Lucas is the master of the tease or the trailer, like a movie trailer. The cliffhanger is probably the best way to say it. Like this: big summer, locked in. Could lead to a big year ahead in 25-26. Bring it. Well, I'm looking forward to reading the news whenever and however you decide to share it, Lucas. Thank you for being a legend, and thank you for the $5 donation. Let's give Lucas some love in the chat. Okay, really quickly, I'm going to ignore the comments just for a couple minutes, just so I can get through a couple things, and then I will try and get to as much as I can for after the mid-show read, sponsor read. World Championships, Canada out. Denmark scores 2 goals in the final 3 minutes to beat Canada 2-1. A team with Celebrity, with Crosby, with McKinnon out. So they do not pass the quarterfinals. Marcus Pettersson's Sweden team beat Philip Hronek's Czech team 5-2. Pettersson had an assist in 18 minutes of ice time, and Hronek had no points in 25 minutes of ice time. So the Swedes move on, and the U.S. moves on as well. Connor Garland, 2 goals, but Connor Garland had 2 goals. Drew O'Connor didn't have any points. So the semifinals now set up as Sweden versus the U.S. and Switzerland versus Denmark. So it's too bad just the way it worked out that the U.S.-Sweden isn't the final, which would have been more exciting because there would have been Pettersson against Garland. But we at least know we'll have at least one Vancouver Canuck in the final, but we at least know we're going to have another Canuck eliminated in the next round. So, no, take care, Shannon. Please take care of yourself, but thanks for trying to be here as long as you could. Now, I'll just talk for the next 5 minutes about what I actually called the show. I might have to do another show about this, considering it's 27 minutes in, and I haven't even talked about faith in Canucks management. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that on Sunday. I'm going to do that on Sunday because I don't want to just rush it, but then if I spend the 10 minutes that I wanted to on it, then we're at 11:40 and it's way too late. And you guys seem to have a lot chatty patty already. So I'm going to save this comment. I'm going to save this topic. So when I post it on my podcast and when I post it in YouTube or edit it, I'll have to change the title to something that we actually talked about, which was a whole lot of nothing. Oh man. No, you know what? I better talk about this. I better talk about this for 5 minutes, and then if we talk about it more on Sunday, then we can keep talking about it on Sunday. So my question to you, and maybe I'll just talk for 3 or 4 minutes about this. Then I'll do my Mitchell sponsor read, and then I'll get your comments about this after the mid-show sponsor break. But before that, I want to recognize this monthly membership message from SGA Chartle from San Jose area. And I can just picture Chartle saying this in his cool voice. Hi Clay, I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel. Make some great content and videos on the platform, and you're a great person. You absolutely rock. Thank you, SGA. I hope that was a good impression of you. Thank you for being a member for 7 months, and thank you for always supporting me. So let's give some love to SGA in the chat for sure. What's this? I just turned something on. But I'm trying to see where it's supposed to be. Actually, no, let me worry about that another time. Okay. I think it goes without saying this summer is going to be massive for the Vancouver Canucks because of all the things that happened this season. We don't have to relitigate what happened this past season, nor do we have to contrast that to how good the season before that was. So I've always said, I don't think we are as good maybe as we were 2 years ago, but we are certainly better than we were last year. So the proof is somewhere in the middle. But I think you'd agree that with Adam Foote taking over from Rick Tocchet, with JT Miller gone, I know that happened in January, and with the potential to either trade away our first round pick or to package up some prospects to get a second line center. Brock Besser potentially leaving. There's a lot that's going to happen this summer. I'm not even talking about Quinn Hughes 2 summers from now. I'm talking about this summer. This summer is going to be fundamental in the way that the Canucks move forward. And so my question to you simply is, do you have faith in Canucks management? And that's talking about Jim Rutherford and Patrick Allvin. I do. I know there's been some swings and misses. They gave up a lot for Lindholm and Zadorov, and we didn't even get out of the second round. So there have been some swings and misses for sure. I think there's been some home runs. The Lankinen signing that has now led to a 5-year contract for him. I think the Sherwood signing. So there's been some good free agent work for sure. Some good contract work. Some would say that the Pettersson contract is bad. Others would say that there's been a lot of trades, obviously the JT Miller situation. And through it all, Rutherford is very, very open and honest with the media, which I really find refreshing. And he even says, he basically starts off every media availability now by saying, sometimes I say too much, but I believe in being very, very honest. I think Patrick Allvin's honest too. I just don't think English is his first language. So sometimes the way he talks is simply not as eloquent as Jim Rutherford. I don't think I'm being mean when I say that. That's the honest truth. And I would much rather listen to Rutherford talk than Allvin. But it doesn't matter. Rutherford is the president. Patrick Allvin is the general manager. My question to you is, do you have faith in them? Do you trust what they're going to do this summer? And I get that what they do might not be what you want them to do, because there's some people that might want the Canucks to try and retool as fast as they can, make some bold moves, make some risky trades, because they want to maximize their success while Quinn Hughes is still here for the next 2 years. There's that one school of thought, and that could mean trading the first round pick. That could mean trading Verlander, Lekaramaki, DPD, whatever it may be. That's a real possibility. Others would say, no, stay the course, make some good, smart moves, but don't go crazy, and don't take a step back for the risk of taking a couple steps forward. Meaning, don't risk everything when the actual increase in wins and in how good your team is going to be minimal. So it's going to be interesting. I think they're going to trend towards the former. I think they're going to make some big moves, and they're going to try and make a splash, even though the UFA market's not that great this year. So that's the other thing you got to consider is, do you want to blow a lot of money on some centers that really aren't that good? Or they're good, but it's not the deepest UFA class ever. So given the track record, trades, drafting, signing players, do you have faith in Canucks management? So let me do that as the poll question. Start voting on that. I'll do my mid-show sponsor read now that we're 35 minutes in the show, and then that'll kind of kick off the second half. By the way, 70% of you, 69% of you saying do it throughout the show. That is, read comments, and 30% of you are saying wait till the second half. So I appreciate you guys asking. Do you have faith? Actually, this is better. How much faith do you have in Canucks match? One thing I don't mind about Rutherford and Allvin is when they make a mistake, they're not afraid to fix it right away. They don't worry about pride. They don't worry about saving face. Desharnais gone. Danton Heinen gone. So even Carson Soucy gone, even though that one was a mistake. But you see what I mean? They're not afraid to make changes when things aren't working well. So how much faith do you have in the Canucks management? Total faith. A lot of faith. A bit of faith. No faith. All right. Why don't you vote on that? I'll do my mid-show sponsor read, and then we will go. And I know, I did a pretty good job of reading comments for the first 15 minutes, and then I haven't even looked at it for the past 20 minutes, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Let's start with mid-show sponsor read, and we always start off by thanking my primary sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market, and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Thank you to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. Check him out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay. Receive a free 5-day workout when you do so. Thanks to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. Thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks if your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Actually, more important than that, remember I talked about yesterday a brand new promo that they're having. Big savings if you purchase before May the 26th. Also, thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. This is how you get involved tonight. Subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. Swervin Irvin started off by nailing 3 of the high 5. He left a donation, he gifted a membership, and he used his monthly membership message. Then since then, Skytrain Alfred has used a monthly membership message. Lucas Gates has left a donation, and SGA has used a monthly membership message as well. And finally, some reminders. My next shows or my next gatherings, Sunday. I don't stream on Friday and Saturday. I'm emceeing that big event tomorrow night, as I mentioned. And then Saturday, I don't stream. So Sunday at 8:30, it's our monthly group Zoom call. It's the last Sunday of every month. So we do that at 8:30. So that's Legends Hall of Fame members. I'll send you the link sometime on Sunday. And then everyone, CCC, my live stream right here at 11 p.m. on Sunday night. Now, right now, a little bit of faith is leading. Actually, you've had 3 minutes to vote. You snooze, you lose. 62% of you saying only a bit of faith. So that was like the third best of the 4. 18% said a lot of faith. 11% said no faith. And 7% said total faith. So let's see why. I know people will say Hughes Verlander, but I want to see a junior Verlander pairing. Yes, the all Swedish pairing. I have trust in Canucks management to talk a big game and not be afraid to make moves for the short term, but unfortunately not the right moves that will instill confidence for building a perennial cup contender. That is fair. One name people haven't been brought up as a center target is Jack Roslovic. I've always liked Jack Roslovic. For sure, line change. How is he good? How is he on defense? I know he has decent offensive numbers. By the way, the Canucks, the guy they did sign for 2 years was a Latvian winger. I don't even know how to say his name, but good size, 6'3", 201. Some decent numbers, not amazing numbers. So I expect him to be a depth player in the AHL, and maybe he gets some bottom 6 service here. By the way, I want to see. Gosh, who's that guy that's in Abbotsford? Sammy Blais. I actually want to see what Sammy Blais can do on the main roster. Anyways, which current defenseman on the roster would match up with a prime Edler? Well, Edler was a lefty, so then stay at home. I think you need a good skater with Edler. I love to see Verlander with him, actually. And they, obviously we're talking about a hypothetical here. But Verlander and his good skating, and they can talk Swedish to each other. I do have faith in management. They aren't afraid of making bold moves, considering that there are reports that they have been shopping Hronek. Yeah, I saw that, and I haven't heard that from anyone credible. So I don't know where that particular show got that info from. They got a lot of engagement from it, and I don't want to say they did it just for that. Maybe they did hear it from a source. I can see why, because Hronek, decent contract, especially as the cap goes up, and he's a top 4 in our team, a top pairing right shot D. You can say, well, we have Myers, Verlander, and Mancini, but I think there's a big drop off when you lose Hronek. So I don't know if I do it. Whoa. We have to stop the show because we have just added a 5th legend. Joining the ranks of legendary Lucas Gates, legendary line change, i.e. Tyler the Creator, legendary Carol Bovelander, legendary Andrew Chang. We now have a starting lineup as Swervin Irvin upgrades himself to a legend. Now, this is this is amazing because anytime someone becomes a legend, I appreciate the trust and the generosity. But for Swerve and Irvin, I actually thought, Irvin, that you weren't even sure how long you'd be around at Hall of Fame. But the fact that you have now upgraded to legend, and by the way, Irvin has now himself completed 4 of the high 5, even though we've had other people too. But you can't do all 5 of the high 5. Oh, actually, I guess you could have if you bought a franchise membership first, like if you weren't a member and then upgraded. But no, I'm looking for one new membership now. So, and then we have so if one of you who is not a member buys your own franchise membership, you will trigger a high 5, and I will promise a massive giveaway on Sunday night because in honor of a new legend and in honor of us hitting a high 5. Wow. I now have a starting 5. A legendary Lucas Gates, a legendary line change, a legendary Carol Bovlander, a legendary Swervin Irvin, and legendary Andrew Chang. It sounds so good. And no, you don't have to explain to me, Jessica, why you can't upgrade or you can't do anything. Yeah, because you're 16 years old. Don't worry. There are other ways that you can contribute and you can be a part of this community. It's not all about money. It's not about donations. It's not about membership, but they certainly help. Oh, if you become... Okay, thank you, sir. See, Irvin, you know more about my channel than I do. Yeah, I'll save this for Sunday's show, but yes, they are up 2-1 against Colorado, which is pretty cool. Was it Linus Carlson that's go their overtime winner? I guess Clay's Canucks commentary, I could probably spend more time on the Abbotsford Canucks, but yeah, I probably should do that going forward. But I do know that they're up 2-1 in their series right now, which is pretty cool. Okay, now I'm way behind, but that was certainly worth it. Worth it. Yeah, I love your guys' comments. I don't mind falling behind when you guys are being so generous. Brian, nice to see you. Hall of Fame member, Brian Blingy Choi. He gives some membership. Let's give some love to Brian. You guys are so generous tonight. And it goes to Anson. So welcome to franchise membership, Anson. Thank you, Brian, for your generosity. Let's give some love to Brian in the chat. And Tyler, I know you would if you could, but you can't. So don't sweat it. And know how much I appreciate you. All right, let's go back. You are the one who, Calvin, you're the one person who voted for Total Faith. Roslovich could be a sleeper. I mentioned Jack to Rev Trev. He didn't know who that was. Okay, no comment. Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, Roslovich been around for a while, but that's cool. That's cool. Canucks should go after Larkin. I was just thinking, maybe Trev. Yeah, I know Roslovich. He isn't. He isn't the most mainstream player, so I would get it if not everyone knows who he is. But I've always liked him. And he could be a perfect middle 6 forward for us. And I think I mentioned him actually right when the season ended and I first saw the list of UFAs. But I think he's just got a lot of untapped potential. And I agree with you, Tyler, that he could be a sleeper. Canucks should go after Larkin and sign Ehlers to replace Brock, cheaper and faster. Yes, but he might make about the same as Brock when all is said and done, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see. Larkin and Ehlers, who I want them to get. When can teams start making trades? I think they can trade right now, can't they? Or is there actual moratorium on trades? No, I think you can trade right now. I talked about Rostovich months ago around the deadline. Yes. Edmund, I discussed him, but I don't think he's Finnish, right? Isn't he Latvian? But he played in the Finnish leagues. I'm pretty sure he's from Latvia. But yeah, I just said good size, 6'3", 201, kind of Abbotsford Canucks depth right now. Still mentally recovering from the Benning era. He left like 4 years ago. He ruined my faith in all management. That is fair. Trade PD first, Mac for Brady Kachuk. Who says no there? Who says no? Legendary Swervin' Irvin. It has a really, really good ring to it for sure. For sure. Holy, relax. Somebody might want to go band for band with you. What does that mean? What were we talking about? What does that mean? Minimum wage, no problem. Got to save money for Din Tai Fung. Fine. If that's where your priorities are, Jessica. Would you like to see the Canucks bring on an influx of Canadian players? I appreciate the Canucks international talent, but I feel it needs more of a Canadian touch. You know, Alfred, I've never gotten into this whole, they need more Canadian players. They need more guys from the Western Hockey League. They need more of this guy. Yes, we do have a lot of Swedes for sure. Czech, Russia in the past. A lot of Americans. All of our best players are Americans, or most of them. So I truly don't care what nationality they are. Although it wasn't lost on me that Florida, the team from the Sun Belt, had so many Canadians on their roster last year, and they won the Stanley Cup. Okay, so we have our starting lineup now. Lucas is the pivot. Then we have line change and Swervin' Irvin on the wings. We have Carroll and Andrew on D, and I guess that puts Canuck Clay in goal. Favorite all-time Canuck, Roberto Luongo. Roberto Luongo is my favorite. Need a goalie, dibs. Just no, we'll put you in net then, and I'll play on the wing. That's fine. I do love how Jess talks about food too, even though I don't know half the things she's talking about. Rosovich played for the Jets. How did Rev Trev not know him? Not sure. Not sure how much. No, not how much. Of course he knew. I'm not sure. I'm just watching my words because I don't want this to come out bad, because it's not meant to come out bad. I'm not sure how much Trev pays attention to like guys like that. Like obviously he knows the major guys, and he knows a lot about contracts on line combination. Like Trev knows a lot. He's a smart guy for sure. But I wouldn't blame anyone if this is what I was going to say. I wouldn't blame anyone if they didn't know who Jack Rosovich was. Only because we don't see him a lot. He's never played in the Pacific Division, so we simply don't get to see a lot of him. And then he's not like a top line forward. Like he's always in the middle six. But yeah, there are others that, and there's certainly there are people that know a lot more than me about other rosters in the NHL. But I've always liked them for sure. Yeah, I thought if you're out, you can trade. I thought so too. And even if you do trade, they can't play in the playoffs, I think. Not sure. I know bands means money, but I can't remember what they were talking about. I thought Hronek was fine. I thought he was pushed to basically be the number one defenseman when Hughes was out for a bit. I thought he was fine. Kachuk is Quinn Hughes' best friend. Does anyone remember the 2018 draft? Imagine that stretch pass from Quinn to Brady. Yeah, they are very close, along with Josh Norris, who Quinn accidentally checked from behind and got ejected from the game. Yeah. Bring Kachuk here. Okay, so Jessica, once you approve my follow request, I'll look forward to seeing all your food. Quinn's bodyguard. Brady wouldn't work. He's a D. We need forwards. No, Brady Kachuk isn't a D. He's a forward. He's a great forward. So that's the question. I do have faith in management, but I think they deserve a decent amount of blame for how they handled Pettersson. That's fair. Do you mean the Pettersson Miller thing? Do you mean the contract? Do you mean everything? All we are missing, Gerald, is someone to buy their own membership. So anyone that's not a member already, just got to sign up for a franchise membership, and then we hit the high five, and that will trigger a giveaway for Sunday night. How I came up with the high five. Yeah, Simon, I've always had those levels of involvement, donation, support. But then I thought, on nights where people are being very generous, it's a way for me to give back. So that's why I thought if we hit all of them on the same night, then that will trigger a giveaway. Many Stanley Cup champions have a majority of North American players, more Canadians than Americans. Well, because that's the ratio of players in the league. That's the pattern I've been seeing. That is fair. Rosovich is probably just not a well-known name. That's all. I only know of him because I like the Hurricanes and followed him closely a couple seasons ago due to fantasy hockey. Actually, that's a really, really good point because Yeah, that's a really good point you make about fantasy teams, because I do not know anything about the NFL. I know players, I know teams, I know rivalries, I know history, but it's only because of fantasy football that I'm starting to learn a lot about players. And then just to contrast that, Rev Trev probably knows every single player in the NFL. So I think that's a really, really good, real example of how I didn't want to make it look like I wasn't saying that Trev should know who Roslovich is. Not at all. I'm not saying that at all. Just like I don't know probably 80% of the players in the NFL. Yet when I do fantasy hockey, I love it. I love it. I love it. And sorry, fantasy football, I love it because it helps me learn about them. By the way, Roslovich, I remember him quickly from Winnipeg, and mostly from Columbus, actually. I forgot that he was in the Rangers for only 19 games at the end of last year. And then he signed, I guess, with the Carolina Hurricanes. Or did he get traded? Who knows? But yeah, he's already played for Winnipeg, Columbus, New York, and Carolina. Can't trade until after the playoffs. Gotcha. But only one team in the Final Four has the Filipinos. Exactly. Nobody. Yeah, Irvin did all the heavy lifting. Now he just needs one non-franchise member to buy a franchise membership. They pressured him into the contract and then did nothing to insulate the player. Oh, okay. So you're defending Pettersson. That's fair. That's totally fair. No, does not count if you cancel and then re-enroll. One night we hit the high five before the stream began. What the heck? Where was I? Did I even stream that night? Fan base is being way too quick to dismiss Miller's responsibility in all this. It's not like number 40 was the first instance of Miller being a bad. Yeah, it's true, WB. And I truly believe that you can paint a story. You can convince yourself and others of either side. This is what I'm trying to say. You can justify anything that you want. So I know I really like Pettersson. I really want him to succeed, but that doesn't mean I didn't like Miller. I was not surprised when you started to hear about some of the Miller stuff just because of hearing about his history, but I still loved him as a player for the Canucks. I still want Pettersson to live up to his contract. But I do think that, I do think that a lot of people, if you had to take a poll, or when I talk to a lot of my friends, especially people who have played hockey or a little bit more old school, they all choose Miller's side. I'm not sure why I did that, but they all choose Miller's side because he plays with heart. He's not the one with the $11.6 million contract. He's not. So he's from North America as opposed to international, whatever reason. I do think that the more people I've talked to, even some content creators, they seem to either side with Miller or, yeah, kind of what you said is they don't absolve Miller, but, if they had to pick one, they put more blame on PD. I don't put the blame on anyone. I put the blame on them collectively, management, everyone. It just was a bad situation. Yeah, Carol is a legend. We know that her credit card doesn't work on here, so she sends me money outside of YouTube, and then I try and get her in all the perks that I can. Bringing Horvat back, I don't think he'd want to come back here. Barzal I'd be interested in, but he's not a center, right? I think we need center. Yeah, and the Islanders might not let him go. I don't expect anyone to know all the players and prospects. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you totally. Instead of Horvat or Barzal, why not Simon Holmstrom? Right hand, left hand. He's a right wing left-hander, 23 years old. Yeah, I don't know a lot about him for sure. Barzal's not big enough. Guys, if you buy membership, the live streams are so funny. I'm always laughing. Thank you, Jessica. He was traded to the Rangers, then signed a 1-year deal. Gotcha. Brady would never come to the Canucks. Don't forget he was talking about an organization doing the Four Nations when he accused our management for holding Quinn. Ryan, I think that's a little strong. I don't think he was accusing him. It was more of a tongue-in-cheek thing. But obviously, Canucks management made the right decision because Hughes didn't play for a long time after that too. Jessica does laugh a lot. I think I should bring Jessica around with me as my personal laugher. I love Miller as a player, but he needs to get himself in check as a professional. I think Pettersson 100% needs to be better and prepare better. There you go. Right down the middle. I love it. Chalkett even said there wasn't exactly a bad guy in the Miller. Well, yeah, and he wouldn't, Tyler. He wouldn't say that. I'm a fan of the aggressiveness of Miller. I was Team PD until I heard Allvin's comments. Which ones in specific, Irvin? Which one specifically? Miller has an anything to win mentality. If you take it too far in the wrong places, it's toxic for sure. Brady is a bonehead. I'm Team Canucks before a team player. I got debit, but I don't know how to buy a membership, but someone will have to buy. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. Do you click on the $sign? If Canucks keep the pick, what type of player they draft, center or winger? You know, it's interesting, Edmund, because the player that they draft at 15 is not going to be an impact player to 3 or 4 years from now. So it doesn't really matter, I guess. I think they would try and draft a center, though. Chatting with a couple of Leafs fans, aside from Canucks having the 6-7 All-Stars last season, Leafs had 5-6 1 year and still didn't win a cup. Consensus is teams need depth. That's right. You need more than your best players for sure. He said that JT has a strong desire to win, also that Pettersson is lazy. He said that, or you're reading between the lines? Go back to membership lives. Yeah, no, do what you can do. No, I laugh a lot. Like, it's bad sometimes. I'm like laughing at nothing. And a teacher told me I had a problem and that I need help. No, Jessica, you tell that teacher that he or she has the problem and they need more joy in their lives. I laugh a lot too. As long as you're not laughing at the wrong times. You have to remember Miller plays the way he plays because he came from playoff teams in the 2010s with the likes of the Rangers and Lightning all the time. Allvin's comments are what I'm sort of alluding to when I say they mishandled it. Gotcha. Too bad I'm still picking for Penny to come back. Is that Petey? Petey disrespected the Sedins. Yeah. See, those things, you never know if they're true, right? Interesting that Allvin Rutherford been praising Miller since he's been gone, but haven't shown the same praise for Pettersson. JT Miller over Petey, the only classic power forward since Bertuzzi. They kept pouring gas on the fire instead of doing their job, letting the players have their disagreement. Clay, I don't forget how the Canuck After Dark live stream when you're laughing and Parker's just sitting there. Jessica, I love Parker. We get along really well. Especially when it comes to content creation and blah blah blah. We've never actually hung out as buddies. Like, we've gone to one Abbotsford game together. I've been to his house once. Is that it? Oh, and I've seen him at Canucks games, but we haven't like hung out socially. It's not because we don't get along. It's I'm not sure how much we would have in common though outside of the Canucks. Oh, he likes golf. I pretend I like golf. No, I like golf. I'm just not as good as he is. But I've said this once before, and I'll say it again. I think the reason why, and I hope it comes out, I hope it comes out and oozes through the screen, as long as it doesn't make a mess on your computer and your keyboard. But I think Parker and I do have good chemistry. It's because I can play the straight guy, the serious guy, but I can also probably more naturally play the fun, goofy guy. I think Parker can play the fun, goofy guy, but I've just never seen it. At least when in my dealings with him, like, he's funny, he's sarcastic. Like, when we text each other, he's pretty funny. But on the show, maybe it's because he's handling the tech and he's like, we're equals on the show, but he started it. Well, we started it together, but it was his idea. He approached me to join him. He tells a story often of how when he first asked me, he didn't think I was going to say yes. And I said, no, I've seen some of your stuff. You're a smart guy. I'd love to join you. So I do think Parker and I have good chemistry though. And that's not always easy to find. And it's because I play the goofy guy to his more serious, but yeah, I'm going to make it my mission to let him let loose a little bit more this season. All my teachers love my energetic energy I had during my minor schooling years. Now I'm just tired because, yeah, post-secondary hit you like a Mack truck. EB40 retained for Byfield and Turcotte. Byfield needs a clear 1C role, and Kings need a drastic change to get over the Oilers hump. EP can give them a more dynamic group. Interesting. Haven't heard that one yet. Miller was all the time best at discreetly hooking McDavid. That's true. He was a pain in his butt. I don't know how the Lions are going to do. I want them to do well. I know they keep bringing in good acts for their opening game, but I don't know how well they're going to do, Simon. If Parker, your personality, then you two be laughing off stream, which would be fun, but yeah, we might not get a lot done. Kuzmenko and Petey reunited. That's true. I wouldn't mind going to Nat Bailey and taking my father-in-law. Yes. Do you know where I can watch a documentary from ESPN? Went looking for it the other day, but all I could find was an 8-minute clip. Oh, I'm just here for the riot. Let me see what I can do, Tyler. Let me see if I can find out where it is right now. Yeah, I'll reach out to Kat, the director, and see. No, he laughs too. It's just you laugh harder. That's right. I laughed way harder. Irvin, do you see the same thing happen to Quinn and Pete in the last game? So it like overpowers his laugh. Is that bad? Should I laugh like from back here? Kopitar can't be first line, EP, Kuzi, second line, Fogle, third line tandems. Oh, sorry. I read that wrong. First line is Kopitar and Kempe. Second line is EP40 and Kuzi. Third line is Dano and Fogle. Wow. Gotcha. I hear him laughing, but I can't hear him anymore because you're laughing. I'm making myself laugh. Now I can't see. People say that I can't see when I laugh, but that's because I'm Asian. And I can say that because I'm Asian. JT spearing and taking jabs at Quinn and Petey in the last game against the Ranger. Boo. I'd love to have dinner one day with you, and that would be awesome. It'd be cool to do that. All right, we'll make that happen, Simon, somehow. ESPN is on Disney Plus. Ah. Interesting. And BC's just laughing at that. Help, it's okay. At the doctor, they told me to open my eyes more. Hey, by the way, actually, no, I was going to say something funny, but I'm going to use it as my second joke tonight because Swervin Irvin says I have to do a second joke because he felt cheated yesterday. All right, 12 o'clock. I don't know where the show went. Well, I do know where it went. Basically all over the place. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, get ready for this. Legendary Lucas Gates, legendary line change, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Swervin Irvin. Oh, that feels so good to say. And legendary Andrew Chang, thank you for your support. Thanks to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. Remember, we only need one non-member to buy a franchise membership, $5 a month. You get all the perks of franchise membership, and you can say, wow, right on cue. Right on cue. The person who I am going to have dinner with in June, Robbie. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you for triggering the high five. Okay. Firstly, let's give some love to Robbie in the chat. This is what I'm going to do because of the high five and because we had so much fun. When I think Robbie, Jessica, and Darren, when they won their prizes, that was a member stream, I'm pretty sure, right? Okay. So for Sunday night, I'm declaring it now. It's going to be a massive stream. I'm going to give away 3 prizes, and we're going to do reverse elimination to the final 3. I'm going to offer the exact same thing. $50 to Vanbase, $25 to Amazon, or dinner with me. Robbie, don't worry. It won't be the same dinner me and you are going to. This will be a second dinner. So don't worry. You get one-on-one time if you want it. So on Sunday night, because we reached the high five today, I'm going to give away 3 prizes on Sunday night, reverse elimination. Then we get to the final 3, and then it'll be first one that I get picked from there. After we get to the final 3, we'll get their choice of $50 Vanbase, $25 Amazon, or dinner with me. And we will see what happens on Sunday night. So I just thank the moderators. I thanked all the members. I thank my sponsors now, Advanced City Experts Real Estate and Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. And now I thank everyone that went above and beyond, helping us get to the high five and helping trigger a massive giveaway for Sunday night's show. Gerald, believe it or not, there was someone in this chat who actually won in the members live stream and had a choice between Amazon, Vanbase, and dinner with me. And not just dinner with me. Like the Amazon was only $25. Vanbase was $50. And dinner with me is priceless. It's absolutely priceless. Some might argue it's worth $0. That's also priceless. And the winner, who is still here, didn't pick the dinner, which is fine. I wasn't offended, but didn't even pick the $50 Vanbase. Took $25 Amazon. So it took what you could argue is the lowest in value, but that's fine. We're not here to judge. So we will see what happens on Sunday night. Thanks, Swerve and Irvin, for a donation, for a monthly membership message, for gifting membership, and for upgrading to legend. So not only did you do for the high five, but then you also became a new legend, which is massive. I hope your wife's gonna be okay with it. Skytrain Allvin with the monthly membership message, Lucas with the donation, SGA with the monthly membership message, Brian gives a membership, and then Robbie comes through sealing the high five with a franchise membership, and then Swerve and Irvin, because he hasn't been generous enough, comes through with a late donation. And just has to say, Robbie equals clutch. So thank you, Swerve and Irvin, for your generosity throughout tonight. And then we ain't done, because the line change comes in with a $3 donation. Legends showing why they are legends tonight. Lucas donates. Carol sent me some money outside of the stream. Swerve and Irvin becomes a legend, and it basically covered 80% of the high five. And now Tyler as well. I already know what I'm picking if I win. Yeah, I know. Enjoy your Amazon gift card. Just kidding. I think I know what you're going to pick too. But I don't want to make any presumptions. Let's give some love to the line change in the chat. And yeah, I was picking on Jessica because I know she's a good sport. And she basically says right here, your dinner man bought it. Yeah, that could have been you. Imagine if Robbie wins again. Jessica wins. She must take the dinner. Who wouldn't pick dinner with Clay? When is there a chance that Clay is buying dinner? You can pick his brain. Well, that could be a very short dinner if you're worried about that. Clay is calling me out. You guys are all the best. You guys are hilarious. So Sunday night at 11, massive giveaway. Before that, 8:30, monthly Zoom chat, legends and Hall of Fame members. Thanks, everyone. That was a fun stream. You guys always amaze me with your generosity. You humble me. I'm so grateful to all of you. And no, I've been to Din Tai Fung before, Jessica. It's okay. I'm not a big fan of Chinese food, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Don't forget to rate the bad jokes. I'm going to do 2 of them. I'm going to do the one that I was going to do, and then I'll do a second one for Swerve and Irvin. It has to do with eyes and Jessica, so it'll be for you, dedicated to you. But you guys are the best. I'm the best. We're all the best. Team Canada is not the best, unfortunately. And I can't wait to see you guys on Sunday. But before that, we ain't done. Gerald, member for 10 months. Don't use this much. Got to say, I'm super grateful for Clay doing all these streams, even when he's losing his voice. Yeah, it's weird. Maybe because it's the end of the night. And I just imagine, I don't talk like this constantly for all of the hours I'm awake, but I talk a lot. For better, for worse, I'm not bossing people around, but I'm at work. I'm constantly talking, giving directions or running meetings, making presentations, blah, blah, blah. And then by the end of these days, my voice is quite tired. But hey, it's all worth it. And I want to give a shout out to Gerald, who always texts me after the streams. Not always, but often. And he always tells me to take care of myself. Yeah, last night. So last thing. Tuesday night, remember I flew home. And then I was up until 4 a.m. And then I did my show last night, Wednesday night. Last night, I was up until 5 a.m. But tonight, I promised Gail I'd be in bed by 1 a.m. But what does she care? She's already asleep by 10 p.m. Okay. I love this. It's reminding me of that stream months ago. We went to 12:30. 12:30 is nothing, Jessica. 12:30 is nothing. I think I saw you reference it. I've done 2 24-hour live streams and 1 12-hour live stream. All you got to do is, and those 24-hour and 12-hour live streams, the 12-hour one was a little different. I hosted, I had on as guests all my co-hosts from Game Over Network when I was part of that. And then for my 24-hour live streams, it's a lot of like media people, Ian McIntyre, James Duthie, Dan Murphy, Rick Dollywall, and then a lot of content creators, family members. And then I got slapped in the face with tortilla in this past one, did a concert with Marie Huey 3 years ago. So look them up. Unfortunately, for my 24-hour live stream, I divided it into 3 blocks, and one of the blocks did not retain itself on YouTube. So that was my mistake. Long story, but that was basically it. And then finally, I am going to do one of those streams where I will keep going as long as people keep donating. And then we'll give some money to charity. So I have to pick a day where I'm willing to go for a few hours overnight if necessary. Okay. Erwin likes the endurance streams. Yeah, I'm not sure my body. 1 week stream-a-thon. I better finish that. I'm not sure my body could take it. Yeah. I think I said I'm not sure of my body, and I am very sure of my body. It's not the best body, but... Okay, what am I talking about? 1 week stream-a-thon. Clay, a guy 2 tables away from me looked a lot like you. So he's really good looking, right? Okay, good. Well, I'm glad. Well, you probably have dinner with him before you have dinner with me, Jessica. Just kidding. Streaming until the Canucks win a cup. My voice will be gone for sure. Play for Clay, or is it pay for Clay? If you need someone to burn time, I'm here for your brother. Well, thank you. I know I got a lot of people in here that I can lean in on, and I am very, very, very grateful. Okay, but I do need to go now, especially if I want to make it up to bed in the next 15 minutes. But again, Gil won't even know because she's sleeping. My friends, you're awesome. I'm awesome. My haircut's awesome. You guys are awesome. And welcome to legendary membership, Swervin' Irvin. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. What happened when the blue ship collided with the red ship at sea? Their crews were marooned. And my second joke, just for you, Swervin, but dedicated to Jessica. Can people with no eyebrows still be surprised? God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.